Hello everyone and welcome back to episode 3 of F1 2016 Matt's Career Mode in the Force India. We're today at China, and if you haven't subscribed already, guys, do remember to hit that subscribe button. I'm currently trying to hit 500 subscribers. If you guys could help me out, that would be greatly appreciated. For all my current subscribers, sorry this video is coming out a little bit later than was planned. I somehow slept for 12 hours last night. Don't really know how that happened. But meanwhile, in the game, we are just having a little bit look through what different pit strategies are available to us. I will give you a little heads up now, neither of these strategies ended up being the ideal choices, as what's quite interesting is just the development of the game. But moving on, obviously, into our rolling start here, I try and have a little bit of fun with it. If you have a look in a second, I try and overtake Verline and just see what happens, like whether it, say, gives you a 10-second countdown until you have to let the driver past or whatever. But if you have a look now, obviously I stop on track, it gives me the warning there. And then I start revving it up, warming the tyres up, and then I go straight past Verline. And then he just decides he's not going to go back through. I don't really know why. He kind of just decided he was going to park behind me. And that put us both about 30,000 miles behind everyone else on track. But still, so then I think I also do make a tight... Actually, no, I think he makes contact with me. Well, I dive bomb him into the end of turn 1, if you will. And that obviously forces us both out of... Oh, wait, no, I do skip the formation lap in the end. I thought there I probably dive bombed him and broke both our races. But still, here we are then for episode 3 of F1 2016 Matt's Career Mode. Lights out, and away we go. And we get off to an absolutely terrible initial start. But then the second stage of the launch is incredibly good. We pretty much get straight back up to Pascal Verline, who the manner does seem to struggle with getting the second phase of the start down well. Now moving into turn 1, obviously just going at the inside of absolutely everyone, because that is the way you can make this game work. China has always been a track where if you just throw it at the inside of everyone out turn 1, it works massively for you, and as proven there, we've already went to P13, as we managed to get out round the outside of Romain Grosjean through turn 2. Next up is Carlos Sainz, and we just get past him and Fernando Alonso, so we get back both Spaniards again, going into turn 3, which after last week as well, and going past Jenson Button as well. So we're already up into a point scoring position from last on the grid. So it's been an incredibly good start for us. Danny Kvyat is next up on our hit list, but I don't think we're going to be able to get past him. We're going to have a little look at the inside, but he does just shut the door a little bit on us. Just doesn't give us enough room that would be needed to get past him there. So I've noticed as well the initial acceleration at the corners from the AI is just worryingly good. Especially obviously out of this next corner onto the long back straight. I don't know why, but on any F1 game they've always seemed to be really good through here. But if we're just having a little look at the inside of Danny Kvyat and then just look at the acceleration that the AI have over me there, we are going to try and flicker them into rich mix here, obviously having a little bit of a look at the new HUD as well. But the DRS is so good on this game, just launching it up the inside there. I do accidentally give him a little bit enough space as we do lock wheels, and that has forced him straight off the race. And then we accidentally bombed Bottas as well, and then we get a legal overtake for dive bombing Bottas. But still, that has been an incredible lap 1. Luckily we did get a penalty for taking out Kvyat. But now we're pushing Bottas to the line at the end of lap 1 there. Up from 22nd to 9th place. That has been absolutely a monster of lap 1. Just moving up the inside of Bottas into turn 1. Are we going to be able to make it stick? We just push him a little bit wide there. But we do make the move work. I'm into P8 at this point. We've got both Ferraris just ahead of us, which Kimi Räikkönen has also been running away with the championship so far, which was a bit of a surprise to see. But moving on to the end of lap 4, we are going to have to come in to make our first pit stop here. Are we going to be able to nail the run into the pits? Not really, but we still haven't got a drive-through penalty yet in this career mode. So I was very happy with that. As you can see, a lot of other drivers have decided to make their pit stops now. So the super soft tyres, not really being able to go that far. Obviously, we did run them for qualifying as well. But we are on to lap 5 now. We are going to come out in, like, I think P18 or P19, which I thought at the time was a little bit disheartening. And then I remembered, obviously, with the 3 different tyre strategies on this game, you can't really get a good guide to where you actually are. Because obviously with 2 tyre strategies you can go, well, these drivers have gone a little bit further than me, so I'll be able to undercut them and things. But anyway, stop talking about tyre strategies, Matt. We're trying to go past Felipe Massa there, but the traction out the corner there from the AI was just absolutely monstrous once again. Going to look to the inside into the next corner, do squeeze it a little bit, and accidentally get past Daniel Ricciardo as well. I was only trying to get 1 driver there, but we've managed to get past 2. Luckily then the traction at the corner wasn't so good for Ricciardo, so we have made the move stick. But next up is Gutierrez in the Haas. We've already overtaken him once this Grand Prix. Just going to manage to get it up the inside, flicking it up into rich mix as well, putting a little bit of wheels over the curb. And then what annoyed me here was the fact just the AI backed down a little bit, which is a bit of a shame to see, I won't lie. But that has meant we do get past Esteban Gutierrez for P15. He was on the medium tyres, so he's obviously wanting to go very, very long in this Grand Prix. And then we're also just going to jump past the Sauber there of NASA, which for the Sauber obviously not a particularly strong car on this game, but still it's obviously good. We do need to make a little bit of a margin to Felipe Massa and Daniel Ricciardo, just because obviously in the second stage of this race they will be so much quicker than us. Next up is Raikkonen, and as you can see there is just a huge train of cars, because what's happened here is everyone has mistimed their pits, so everyone has become out behind both Manas, which I think for people like Ferrari and I think we've got a Red Bull and a Williams there, has ruined their race strategy, because that's meant the drivers that haven't come in, so most notably the Mercedes, have just been able to run away with it at this point. Moving to the outside of Kimi Raikkonen though, we're going to actually back out and then move to the inside through the second phase of Turn 1. One of the Manas has already come in now, so we do need to get past Sebastian Vettel and Verstappen before the other Mana comes in, or before they manage to get past, I think it's Haryanto that is still on track there. But if you have a look now, you can just see how much the AI pull away from us in just a very short space of time. Now the Mana has come into the pit, so we are back up into P5, which is an incredibly strong position for us at this point in the race. The tyres are looking incredibly worn at this stage, so Kimi Raikkonen, we do run a little bit wide, so he's just going to throw it at the inside there and then just park it beautifully on the apex. It is going to mean we do crash into him slightly on the back end there, but that's absolutely fine. But then running out of Turn 1, we run hugely wide there, which has cost us a lot of time. And you can just see how quick the Ferrari just pulls away from me there. Obviously, the tyres are going off as well. So moving on to lap 11, we have already made our second pit stop now. And moving into the braking zone, we've got the Manas are fighting, so we've still been caught up behind the Manas here, which is a huge shame for us. But with them trying to go side by side, all I'm going to do is maximise my run through the final corner. Hopefully we can jump both of them there, get a beautiful run, use the DRS as well. Are we going to be able to pull alongside Verlaine? We're going to go to the inside into Turn 1 there. Haryanto still seems very far at the road, but we're going to launch it up the inside there, take far too much curb, get it on the grass slightly. We do actually barge Haryanto a little bit wide there, put the hand of rage up at Verlaine as he's trying to hold it up the inside there, but we do manage to hold it round the outside into Turn 2. He's going to try and look for the cutback move there, and he is actually going to be able to get it there. But if we just managed to keep the nose on the outside, I reckon we would have been able to keep the position there, but we are just going to get the second phase of acceleration. Just going to move up the inside and up into P12 of the Chinese Grand Prix. Got to remember, guys, as well, obviously we did start from last place here, so whatever position we get, sort of anywhere from like P10 and above, is pretty good. Moving on there, we see Felipe Massa just running past us there. I'd say that was pretty much a Usain Bolt-esque sprint against pretty much any other sprinter in the world. But the safety car has been enabled there. I don't really know what's gone on at this point. Whether AI, well, obviously AI have come together, all there's debris on the track. But the safety car has been enabled, and that has worked out fairly well for us, obviously on our medium tyres that we came in sort of 5-6 laps ago. Now it got really complicated, this Grand Prix. Because I don't know whether anyone else has been getting the same glitch, but the amount of times the team try and get me to change my strategy, it's turning into sort of 3 or 4 times a lap. Now that definitely needs to get patched up. I'll probably make a little bit of a video on things like this further on in the week. But now obviously there's the safety car once again. Hello Mr. Safety Car. But we were up in P6 behind Max Verstappen there, so obviously the advantage him and the Ferraris had pulled out on us hasn't obviously ended up working out well for them. But we are in a very difficult position here where we don't know whether just to pit now or, you know, stay on the medium tyres until the end of the pit stop. But that basically means we have thrown away a pit stop here as well. If we do pit now, we will come out sort of like P9, P10, so I'm going to try and pit here. As you can see, I cannot try and drive and change tyres. So I think I accidentally set it up on the wet, realised what a mistake I've made, so then I had to scan all the way back through everything, and then managed to put it on the softs. It wasn't letting me use the medium tyres. I don't know why. I can't remember whether there is a rule like that for F1 2016 where you can't run 2 sets of the same tyre in a row. But we have had to come into the pit. The soft tyres is really a huge gamble at this stage. The team, I think, said it would be alright to run to the end, but it would really depend on how many laps the safety car was at, and I was just hoping, praying, that the safety car would stay out long enough that these soft tyres would make it to the end. Whether that will work for us, we'll have to wait and see, but I can't obviously give away too much at the moment. Daniel Ricciardo does manage to get round or outside into turn 1, so we can't overtake him. So we're down in P9 at this point. The end of lap 20 is when the safety cars are going to come in. and that is going to mean the tyres are going to be incredibly tight. We've got so much spare fuel though, which I say is probably the one positive we can take away at this point of the Grand Prix. So it does mean we can flick them to rich mix for this like yellow flag, getting ready for the safety car to get in, which means we're also going to have a look down the side of Daniel Ricciardo there. Whether he's going to be very happy with that, I'm not so sure, but Perez is up in, I think, about P6. We do nearly jump it there and go away a bit early, but we do get horrible timing, and once again, as we do just get it just as we come out the corner as well. And when is the green flag? There we go. Going to look to the inside of Daniel Ricciardo. It was a very pointless move. He's come straight into the pits. So we could have just held it behind him there. But that has meant, obviously, there's no DRS for the next couple of laps. But we are up to P6, I think, almost instantly. Sorry, P7 there. As we're going to have to next make a move on Carlos Sainz. And then is our teammate Sergio Perez. We really need to get a good result against Sergio at this stage, because we are losing our rivalry with him. But we're just going to throw it at the inside of Carlos Sainz. So we're already up from P9 to P6. From a few drivers coming into the pit, so from the end of the safety car in 3 corners there. That's pretty impressive. But next up is Sergio Perez. Whether we're going to be able to make a move on him very soon, I'm not so sure. But moving on into the... But we'll probably end up being the long straight will be our best place to overtake here. Perez there is just ahead of us, but obviously no DRS still. I was a bit reluctant to overtake him before the DRS, then realised there was no DRS. So we're just going to work on maximising our run out onto the long back straight. Whether we're going to be able to get alongside obviously the same aero package, the same identical cars here, but we're just going to absolutely mince him. You can see he's on the medium tyres. All the top drivers at this stage were on the medium tyres, just so they can make it to the end. We've got a Red Bull, and rather interestingly, Romain Grosjean, I think, was up in P3 at this stage, which obviously he managed to get his pit stops nailed perfectly. But he was very much out of position. Whether his tyres would make it to the end as well was another big question. But we're just going to throw it at the inside of Max Verstappen there through turn 1. Try and hold it around the outside through turn 2. Whether that's going to work for us, he's just going to cut us off there. Counter steers out of the corner, so we do bump front wheels there. Not really sure what he was thinking there. But next up is Romain Grosjean, who I think is the only driver sort of in the top 8 at this stage that is on the soft tyres like myself. So moving on to the long back straight again on lap 22. I've also been informed at this point that Sebastian Vettel has got issues as well. I don't know what issues they were. I don't know whether it was like engine problems or whatever. But that meant we are up into P3. Verstappen is going to have a cheeky look up the inside of Grosjean as well there, but it's not going to work out well for him. But yeah, so at this point, Vettel has got problems. You can see how much we've reeled him in comparison to how much we've reeled Kimi Räikkönen, who is the leader of the Grand Prix. We're just going to dive on him quickly here, because tyre wear was becoming an incredible issue at this point of the Grand Prix. If you have a look from this point out, we are literally just trying to dance the tyres to the end. I'm getting reports in that, as you can see, the heavens are starting to open here. So we're getting reports that there is going to be rain as well. But moving on to lap 26, the end of lap 26, the front tyre is at 88% wear, and you get this horrible stage where you go like 5 corners where the car wouldn't go up a percent tyre wear, and then it would just go 2 or 3 down one straight. And you're like, how could I stop this from happening? But moving on to the end of lap 27, you can see it's up to 94% here. It's 95 as well now. I don't think we're able to balance the tyres to the end there. Max Verstappen is actually going to have a look past us here, and there's no point me defending from him into turn 1. There's AI just going either side of us at this point, just trying to get past, as we've held up a massive train. Kimi Räikkönen's pulled out like 15 seconds in that last 2 laps, trying to just balance the tyres to the end. 96%. At this point, I'm kind of just there, like, we may as well go to the end rather than make another pit stop, because we would finish outside the points anyway. If we could somehow drag the car to the end. It's starting to rain, the tyres are completely shot. There is no front-end grip being supplied from these tyres, but we're on to the final lap of the race. DRS here, so we nearly accidentally go straight back up the inside of Verstappen there. And just, you can see how little grip the tyres have got, how much we overshoot turn 1 there. Rosberg has snuck through. Next up is our teammate Sergio Perez, who is the driver that we do want to win, we do want to beat here. And my voice is going just by how intense this race really was. But is Sergio going to be able to get past us? I don't think so yet. But if you have a look to that front left tyre, it just went at that point, and that was race over for us. It was a huge shame that it did happen right at the very end. Perez just knocks us out of the way. I don't really know why we deserve that, but that has meant that our efforts in the Chinese Grand Prix are over. It was a huge shame, because remember, we'd come from last position at the beginning of the race. So if we'd actually been able to finish like 2nd or 3rd or even 4th there, that would have been a huge effort from us. Obviously balancing the safety car out really well. But there we go then, lads. Finished in P20 in the Chinese Grand Prix. Another disappointing result here today. If you guys are new around here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more F1 2016 content. If you have any questions about the game because you haven't got your copy yet, don't forget to leave them down in the comments. I'll leave a bit of music now with the points, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.
This bittersweet heat is suffocating. I'm waiting and always hesitating. Kryptonite desires set my heart afire. Heart on fire. Set my heart afire. Don't stop that thrill. My bones crave your skin. Temptation within. Mistakes ignite the silence. Nightmares creep while you and me repeat. This bittersweet heat is suffocating. I'm waiting and always hesitating. Kryptonite desires set my heart afire. Heart on fire. Set my heart afire.